Hello, my beautiful people. So I've come on to talk to you about the Navigator. So if you've been watching everybody else rise and you've been thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm still kind of clearing the rubble from whatever's happened this year, then this one is absolutely for you. The 2026 Compass is absolutely sold out. I am completely blown away, massively overwhelmed. I'm so very grateful to all of you that signed up. It really does mean the absolute world that you trust me to be a part of your journey like this. I'm so very grateful. Now, that being said, I knew that the spaces would eventually go, but I didn't anticipate how fast they would go. And, I totally get as well that not everybody is actually ready for that kind of deep dive. So I created loads of things for this, right? Your year ahead stuff, your life path readings, your sign readings are out there for everybody this year, no paywall or anything like that. But what I've really created here with the Navigator is for anyone that really thought to themselves, you know what, Raf, it sounds incredible, but I'm just not ready. I don't want anyone to be left behind in the 2026 universal 1 year that we're going into, not in a year like this, because it's just way too important. So you might be thinking, Raf, I'm literally just trying to process the shit from this year, or maybe honestly, the last 9, 10 years cycle that we've all just lived through, right? We've had all kinds of insane events, including a whole pandemic, all kinds of madness, wars, it's just been relentless and it's been crazy. And, when you're thinking about it from that perspective, I get it. I totally get it. So if you've been feeling like you want change, but you've really got no idea where to start, and I had some people message me and say, Raf, this sounds really great, but like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I don't know where to start. And do you know what? I'm grateful for those messages. One, because it tells me that my intuition was on point. And the whole reason that I created the Navigator was because I knew that there would be people that weren't ready for the compass, but really wanted it. And truth be told, because they're kind of like, you know what? I don't know where to start. It's an incredible accompaniment for the people that are on the compass, absolutely. And several of those jumped in. I'm super proud and happy of that. But really and truthfully, this is to help everybody and anybody navigate the year that is coming. Now, you might be staring down Q4 and thinking, time is slipping by and I haven't even started and all of this. That's okay, right? It's all right not to have all of the answers. It's all right to be in a bit of a funk. But, and this is coming, you've been with me long enough. It's not okay for you to unpack and for you to stay there. Have your moment, feel what you feel, and then you need to get it up and you need to keep it moving, right? Because life is not going to wait. The year ahead is not going to wait. And 2026 is going to demand more from all of us than we might really feel like we're ready for. And so that's the reason that I created the Navigator. So if you've known me for long enough, I am passionate about energy work. I started my journey with energy work. Ooh, in 2007, started with Reiki and have progressed through the years and gathered various different energy modalities under my belt. Now, the Navigator is really about getting into the present and discovering where your true starting point actually is. And I've split this into three parts. And what I mean by this is, truth be told, if you're watching this and you thought, the compass sounds great, but I don't know where to start. This is going to help you get to a place where you can make an informed decision with clear energy, with clear thoughts, with clear intention, so that you can say to yourself, okay, now that I'm free and kind of clear of all of that stuff, and I'm aware of what might come up, I actually know what it is that I truly want. And when you know what you want, and if you've been with me long enough, you'll know I say this. And, if my sister's watching this, she will probably comment on this and say, as will, my bestie, I drill this into my people. What do you want? When you get clear on what you want, you know where to start. And more importantly, when you start moving towards what it is that you say that you desire, the universe literally recreates and shuffles everything around you to bring you that thing that you said that you desire and you are moving towards. I kid you not, when I say that, I genuinely mean it. Now I've split this into three parts, and originally it was just going to be one sort of energy work, and I was like, no, that doesn't sound right, it doesn't feel right. And so I kind of felt around into it, and I sat with the universe and I said, right, I want to do this thing and I've got this, but this doesn't feel like it's enough. What am I missing here? And I started to feel into it, and the answers came, right? And so the first part of this energy, so it's basically an energy work video mini course. You're going to do this in your own time, in your own home. And sometimes that is the best way to do energy work. Why? Because you don't feel like you need to have an instant breakthrough. You don't feel under pressure to cry or to smile or to have an answer. You can do it in your own time, in your own space. You can go really deep with this stuff. And when you do, I guarantee you, like I can literally guarantee you, you will be so surprised at what comes up. Every single client session that I do, I am blown away with what comes up, because it's never what we think, right? And people that have bought my energy work video have come back to me and they're like, dude, I don't know how you did that, but right, this is what this is. So the first part of this is what I'm calling the cookie clearer, right? Just like your browsing history, your computer, your PC, your phone, right? They all have a history to them. I went through the last 9, 10 years of universal years that we've just lived through, the patterns, the energies, and I distilled them down to core themes that really most need clearing for all of us. Why? Because as we know, energy lingers, and you do not want to drag the dust of the old decade into the new one. So this section is really all about releasing the residue, closing the door, right? Shutting down those chapters where you were basically being built or prepped up for survival, so that you can start to create from a place of true expansion. This is really about, you getting into it and understanding and releasing the last 9, 10 years at a really deep level. And when you can do that, when you're free and clear of that stuff, you're actually bringing your energy system, therefore your mind, your heart, your soul, and your psyche, you're bringing those to the present moment. And then the middle portion, this is literally the navigator itself. This is going to be your battering ram and your energetic shield for the year ahead. A universal 1 year does not wait. It's not one energy is not known for its patience. It doesn't pause. It doesn't play small. It's a fast, pioneering energy. And this is really the start of a brand new cycle. So this is really the start of a brand new decade in some way, shape, or form. Now, I mapped out the most common energetic themes, challenges, and hurdles that are likely to come up for everybody in some regard in 2026. And so that way, when life throws these things at you, when they pop up for you in 2026, you're already going to know what's happening and how to move through it quickly. Think of this as your pathfinder in a sense, right? Keeping you on course, steady and adaptable as everything around you speeds up. It's going to give you the ability to navigate anything that comes up. This is why it's called the Navigator, right? The whole package of these, and there's 3 separate videos. There's 2 fancy booklets. I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up. I'm so proud of my PDFs. Anybody that knows, I'm such a geek, right? I love this stuff. I love helping people. I love seeing people have their breakthroughs. I love the emails that you guys send me. Oh my gosh, like the insights, and like those are the things that I live for, right? Those are the moments that really make this work that I do absolutely worth it, because seeing you guys win, that means that I'm doing the job that the universe has told me that I'm supposed to be doing. That's what, so when you win, I take those wins personally. I'm kind of like, I'm always your biggest cheerleader. Everybody knows this. I'm such a geek. This is why I love a PDF, because this stuff is going to help you go even deeper into the work. The third part of this is what I have affectionately named the Instilment Protocol. Now, that's not really a word, but I'm making it one. Kind of like fetch. Fetch is not going to happen. Well, it's happening now, baby. Once you've cleared the past, and you've mapped the terrain of the future, or should I say, mapped the terrain of the year ahead, it's time for us to program in what you actually want at the soul level. This phase is really about seeding the frequencies, the energies, and the vibrations that you want to live by for the next 9 or 10 years. By doing it now, your energy really starts to remember, and you're going to feel that inner pull, that intuitive tug that guides your decisions. That is you supporting your future self. Now, if you've been with me long enough, you know this is something that I have been banging on about for years, and that is sending my future self messages, information, energy, backing, support, right? When your energy is really high and you throw that energy into the future for some future version of me that is struggling, that's having some sort of challenge, that maybe can't work it out, I'm sending you exactly what you need at this moment in time, so that when that moment comes, you will find your way out of whatever it is that unfolds for you. Now, this Instilment Protocol bit is literally like doing that, but it goes so much further and beyond, and it's set in so many steps in order for you to really unfold. And then the booklets, both the Navigator and the Instilment Protocol, come with these beautifully designed booklets that really help you journal and go deeper. They're really, in essence, I made these so that it would help you bring anything that was hidden in your thoughts and your emotions to the surface, so that you can see it clearly and release what doesn't belong, or lean into some of the fantastic ideas that come up for people when they do this stuff. This is not about overthinking. It's not about chasing breakthroughs. This is about sitting with yourself, doing the honest, soulful work, and coming out the other side with a clarity unlike you've ever felt before. And I'm so proud of this little thing, because I really, as I say, it was going to be one thing originally, and that didn't feel right. I was like, no, there's components missing to this. And so I sat with it and I really went into that. Now I'm going to give you a little look-see at the booklets. So this is the booklet for the Navigator. I'm going to pull that up and hopefully you are able to see that. Let's put it on single page, baby. So this is the component booklet, and this is the first page. So in section 1, these are the tarot cards that you're going to pull, right? And there's a reason for this. So in fact, let me go back and let me stop the share so that you can get an idea. So whenever you pull tarot cards out, a part of what happens is they are acting directly on the subconscious, on the energetic part of your connection to your brain, to your subconscious, to the cosmos, to everything. There's a lot of things happening when you pull a tarot card. It's not as easy as, a lot of these people that talk about, like, yeah, just drop the cards down and say what you see. That's a part of it for sure, but it goes so much deeper than that. And when I say so much deeper, I mean so much deeper. So when you're journaling and you're doing this with specific cards in front of you, and I've mapped out all the ones that you need, I'm going to show you in a little bit. I'm not showing you all of them though. Unfortunately, you will have to purchase to see all of the goodies inside. But I've chosen specific cards, specific combinations to stimulate the right parts of your brain, the right parts of your soul and psyche, and to really get in there so that you can compound the effects that you're getting. The energy work is going to do, trust me, it's going to move some, it's got some heft, right? I'm just going to say that to you. But this journal work that goes alongside it, trust me, honey, all I'm going to say is I'm proud. Like, you can see it in my face. Like, I'm proud because I know this is some good work. All right. So I'll pull it back up so you can see, right? Understanding the lessons of the year ahead. So this Navigator section, this PDF is specifically for the middle part, and it's going to help you really dig into the work that you're doing in that section. So the first section is, you've got the Moon card, you've got the Judgment card, and you've got the Three of Pentacles. These cards open an inner landscape, illuminating truth, awakening awareness, and grounding insight through collaboration with your higher self, right? So you're going to have these 3 cards out on the desk while you're doing this journaling part. And your first question or your first prompt is, what did I notice about my energetic patterns during the navigator work? And it goes on and on. And trust me, there's like 14 pages to this one. So when I say it's deep, I mean it's deep. It goes in. All right. So that's that one. Now I've got another one, which is literally for the Instilment Protocol. And this one, I mean, I love them all, to be honest with you. Like they're just, I love seeing this stuff come to life. You know, when you've dreamt it and you've had talks with the universe and you said, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And then you see it all come together and it's just incredible. Now, for this one, this is really about the future stuff. So the section one here, you're going to take out the Fool, the Magician, and the High Priestess. This is what's known as the supernal triangle. It's a very, this is deep tarot. This is not sort of surface level stuff. You don't have to know deep tarot. I've done the work for you. You just have to have the cards out and trust me for the rest of it, all right? So these cards represent pure potential, divine creation, and intuitive knowing, and they awaken your connection to higher guidance and help you trust the unseen architecture of your path. Woo! Does it just not give you like vibes, right? So the first journal prompt here, which of the 9 beliefs felt the most natural to embody and which felt like new territory? And as you can imagine, it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. These are going to help you not just cement this work, but they're going to help you really understand what's been sitting at those 12th house levels within you, right? Those 8th house levels within you, those 4th house levels within you. If you know anything about astrology, you know the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th, those are the gnarly spaces in the chart. This gets into all of that, all right? All of that. Now, as if that wasn't enough, why am I talking about seeding the future? Well, it's a universal 1 year. So whatever you do this year, whatever seeds you sow in this year, right, you're going to see them unfold, unpack, and develop over the course of the next 9 to 10 years. So it's such an important year. And this is one of the reasons that I created the Navigator. And as I say, I'm so proud of it. I love energy work and I really wanted to create something because I knew that I've already had so many emails as well from people saying, Raf, how do I get a compass space? And I say to them, like, it's not that I don't want to give you one. It's literally just that I can't. I don't have the time or the space to fit any more in. There was one person who, I was like, I will do my best, but even then, it's just not, and so I wanted to make sure that there was something for you guys that maybe, as I say, like weren't ready for that level of something at this moment in time, but you are ready to make change and you want to bring it up. And this is going to help you not just bring it into the present, but it's going to help you really start from a firm foundation of self-gnosis, which is, is everything ultimately. Okay, so now that you know what the Navigator is, if you feel that pull and the whisper says to you, I need to find my foot in before I start running, which is always the best way, right? Then this is your next step. Get clear, get centered, get ready for the monumental year that is going to be 2026. So there's a link in the description box below. Make sure you get yours. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I can't wait to hear what kind of shifts you have, what kind of realizations you have. If you want to get yours, there's a link in the description box below. It would be my pleasure. And I would love to see how this unfolds for you guys. And as I say, you can do it all in your own time. With that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic, wonderful 2026. Take care, and I'll see you soon.